Back to you were competing at, you're on the big English stage now.
Yeah.
And so when did you start just getting a love for bodybuilding? What made you fall in love with competition prep?
As I said, my first introduction to bodybuilding, let's go right. When was I aware that bodybuilding was even a thing? Was my last year at school when I was doing karate, and I started doing a bit of weights with that. And one of my friends that I trained with, his older brother, had some magazines, old magazines, and we started reading that. And I do believe I saw Pumping Iron somewhere. It was being shown in one of the universities or something.
Yeah.
So I was already, wow, this is something different. This is something interesting. But as I said, I wasn't able to pursue it just because of all these things that were going on until years later. And it was almost like I was made for bodybuilding, like mentally and physically. It was just like, this is just perfect for me. And the one thing is, like, because of kind of what happened to me, I don't really trust anybody. I don't really trust like anybody to do anything. So I want to be in total control of everything. Yeah. Win or lose, succeed or not, this is going to be down to me. And no outside factors, because people have been making stupid decisions, as far as I can see, in my opinion, on my life, and I don't want anyone to make any more decisions. I'm making all of them, and I want to be in control. And I had this inbuilt kind of discipline, and also I've got a very analytical brain and a planning brain, so it was very useful for bodybuilding because it takes a lot of discipline, it takes a lot of planning, with your meals and the training and everything like that. The structure, all right, the training is tough, but you go to the gym once for an hour or something, and that's all. But the rest of the day, I've got to get sufficient rest. I've got to get sufficient nutrition and all that. It takes a lot of planning and a lot of discipline to maintain that over the long haul. And that's what it's about, man. You see people go crazy on things all the time for a few months and then they burn out. It's to be a great bodybuilder, it's taken many years to get there.
Yeah, and you got to love it as well.
You got to love it, man. I love the challenge. I love a physical challenge. Even now, like riding my bike up the mountain when it gets tough, I like that. I like a challenge. And, it's a fact that human beings are not supposed to be comfortable all the time in order to function optimally, physically and mentally. We need some challenges, we need some stress, and the modern environment is taking that away and making people weak mentally and physically. So I love that challenge, and I still love to have that, not to that degree, but I still like some challenge. I do the sauna, which is heat, which is a stress. I do cold showers. I do different forms of exercise. You need a certain amount of hormetic stress in order for your body to function optimally. So, like let's take cold, right? In an extreme, you would have hypothermia and you would die, right?
Yeah.
Heat, also, too much heat could kill you. Yeah. Even exercise to the extreme could kill you.
Especially when you do it.
Yeah. and it's the right dose in order to get what you want from it. So, I fell in love with bodybuilding, and I knew that this was going to be my future. I actually didn't know, or maybe I did in the back of my mind, but I was like, let's take this one step at a time. I'm going to get to be pro. Yeah. And let's see if I'm good enough to be a good pro. And if I'm good enough to be a good pro, I'll take it on there. I wasn't really thinking about being Mr. Olympia at that point, although Ron Davis did sit me down. He had a gym in Birmingham, which I tried to train at for a while, but it was just too nice. It was full of people from the office and stuff like that.
Commercial.
Couldn't do it, but he was a great help in building my confidence. He sat me down and was like, okay, let's go through these guys at Olympia. You can already beat this guy. Yeah. Like, he's like number 11 or 12 or something in the Olympia. You can beat him now. Yeah. I'm still like, nah.
And how important is that confidence when you're going into a show? Because I'm competing in 7 weeks.
100%.
So I need to hear
it's very important. At the end of the day, it's visual, right? The product that you're showing is there, but I think it's important to believe in yourself. On the other hand, it's important to be realistic, Yeah. I might dream about being a 7-foot tall basketball player, but I know it ain't going to happen, mate, so I've got to be realistic. And I did put myself under some pressure. I won the British Championship in 86. I won the overall thing in 88 and got my pro card. By the way, a pro card then had real value because they were not easy to get, yeah? One person per year from a country, one person from UK is getting a pro card a year, yeah?
Jesus.
One person that has real value. Now it's like they give them, you can get them on the back of a box of cornflakes, I think.
Yeah, you can enter a show that no one shows up to.
I don't know. It doesn't really mean too much. I'm IFBB Pro. Well, great for the IFBB. They make a lot of money on your membership fees. But really, a professional means that you're making your living from that sport. So if you're a professional competitive bodybuilder, you should be making your living from that. That's the definition of pro. So, and now the pro card has been devalued because so many people have them. So it was different then. So I got my pro card in 88, overall British champion. And I said, okay, now I'm pro. Now I'm going to take 18 months out, give my very best shot to this pro show, because if I don't get in the top 5, that will be it for me.
Yeah.
Because of everything I have to put in, a sacrifice I have to personally make. I had a young son, so it's family as well. They're going to make sacrifices, man, because, you know, you lose time, you lose focus, things like that. And also the steroid question, which is necessary, as we discussed, to compete.
Yeah.
But there are possible negatives on your health. So I was like weighing that up. If I can't get in the top 5 in my first pro show, then logically, looking at the past, how things are, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Lee Haney, people like this that were very successful, they didn't go in the first pro show and get 10 and then next year be the winner. You got it or you don't got it.
Yeah.
So I had to be a bit harsh with myself there. But I got second on my first pro show, close second.
Yep.
And not only that, the guy that won, Mohammed Benaziza, was amazing. But I was the one that Weeda took an interest in and flew me out to California to do my first photo shoots for the magazines, that's every bodybuilder's dream. If there's no internet, magazines, you got to get in Flex and Muscle and Fitness magazines, then you've made it. And if you're on the cover, you really made it. So I went there and I got my first cover. And actually, that's because I'm a stubborn bastard and I wouldn't do what they wanted me to do. They wanted me to wear sunglasses and do this posed weights and spray me with stuff so it looked like I'm sweating. And fortunately, it was a British photographer, Chris Lund, so he could kind of relate to me. I was like, mate, I can't do this bullshit. I said, I'm from Birmingham. I train in a basement. I don't wear fucking sunglasses, you know? Can we just do some real lifting or something? So he wanted to do like a dumbbell row, but, you know, like that, with all posed and everything. I said, mate, look, it's a 200-pound dumbbell there. I'll row it. He's like, you can lift that. I said, I can lift it, but I can't hold it there and smile. I'll get it up. You snap it. And trust me, people will love it. They will love this, yeah? Because I know I'm a fan. And I know what I want to see. And when I see the post shit, I'm not inspired at all, yeah? When I see Tom Platz, even if it's covered with a sweatshirt and sweatpants, but the guy's he's trained like a maniac and he's covered in sweat, this is what inspires me. And I should imagine it's the same for most people. Like a guy in his sunglasses or a guy on a beach with some birds, like, nice, but it's not inspiring me and I can't relate to it, yeah?
Yeah.
So I got the 200-pound dumbbell, got it up, bang, he got the shot, and that was my first cover on Flex magazine.